Well, I am back with my Christmas tradition too. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which first aired back in 1964. I wasn't even born yet. I learned of this whenever during the mid 80s. I don't remember which which airing we had recorded. It was either 84, 85, or 86. All I know is we had it recorded and I loved it. It's my all-time favorite Christmas special. While Garfield gets the title as my all-time favorite Halloween and Thanksgiving, Rudolph gets the title as my all-time favorite Christmas special. I love the stop motion. I love the characters. There is room for criticism. Don't get me wrong. You can definitely criticize it. But for when it comes to the controversy that's been causing lately, just ignore that. Especially Watch Mojo. I gave their video a thumbs down. Okay. Now the special starts off with Sam the Snowman, who basically is in the North Pole talking to the camera. Who is this person he's talking to? Is it us, or is there actually some person without they're on a camera angry going right at him or something like that? Well, he shows us the castle where the Claus live, and Santa is skinny in this. Yeah, this is the first time I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw a skinny Santa. And his wife is trying desperately to get him to eat, to stuff his mouth with all that food. Okay, Sam then lets us know about the blizzard because we open up with a bunch of live action footage and all this newspaper articles about this terrible snowstorm. This is just called a blizzard. And he tells the story of Rudolph, who saved them that one night. And well, we get the opening credits, and then we find out that Rudolph is the son of Donner. And they're deer, not reindeer. I've noticed this a lot in animation. Santa always seems to have deer in animation, not reindeer. He only has reindeer in live action. It's a goof that they keep doing, but you just go along with it anyway. So basically, you could do that joke. There are no deer in this special, but yeah. But let's just go pretend they are. Okay. Rudolph is born. They are welcome in, but then he lifts up and his nose glows, and it makes this really irritating. I don't even know what that kind of sound effect that is, but it's annoying. You could break a mirror with that noise. Well, Santa comes in, sees it. He gives us the first song. Jingle, jingle, jingle. I am old Kris Kringle. Then they decide to hide it. They just scoop up some crud on the floor and shove it on his nose. It reveals that a year goes by. They were successful hiding it. We get a first sneak peek of the main villain, the abominable snow monster. And the thing is, when they see him, they hide behind, and somehow he didn't see them when he came passing by. I guess he was looking up at the sky or something. Well, we also meet Hermie, the elf that wants to be a dentist because he doesn't like making toys, and when he tells his boss that, he yells that to the other elves, even though they're sitting right next to him, and they all whisper to each other that he doesn't like making toys. Are they that hard of hearing? Maybe they need hearing aids. Oh man. Well, his boss tells him to finish painting all those toys and everything, or you're fired. So he does a little song about how he's such a misfit. And then we go back to Rudolph, who his father is forcing him to still wear that thing over his nose, and he doesn't care but isn't comfortable. Rudolph then has his own little musical number of the same song. And then they go to the reindeer games where they're trying out to be one of Santa's flying reindeer. And then we meet Fireball, who wants to be his friend at first, and then he says, hey, look, does, when he should really say cows, because that's what you call a female reindeer, and female reindeer also have antlers. I read they're not as big as the male antlers, but they still have antlers too. And the male reindeer is called a bull. I almost said cow again. And the baby reindeer is called a calf. So they are getting this wrong complete big time, but you still just go with it. Well, Rudolph meets Clarice, and she thinks he's cute, and that gives him the motivation to fly, which impresses everybody until that thing comes off his nose, and now they're all freaked out. They start calling him names. Even Comet insults him and tells him, you get away from here. We will not let him join any reindeer games if they gotta follow the song. Well, Clarice is ignoring what they're doing, but her father shows up and, get away from him. Oh, boy. And that's when Rudolph meets Hermie. I'm hoping I say his name right. I love this special. I'm afraid I might still say their names wrong. They decide to be friends, and then they run off, which ends up being a really bad idea because they decide to run off during a big snowstorm. The snow monster is now following them. The way he climbs up that mountain, it just reminds me of the crack in Clash of the Titans, and then rising up from the ocean. Well, they meet Cornelius, who has got a variety of sleigh dogs, and he's looking for silver and gold, and whenever he throws his pickaxe, he always tests it by sniffing it, licking it, and if it doesn't have a flavor, he says nothing. But when he first finds Rudolph and Harvey, they jumped into a mountain wall, and he's like, what the? Their backhands are hanging, like, what? Get out. Well, they run from the snow beast, they end up getting cornered, and Rudolph blames himself because he believes his nose is what's getting away, but Cornelius gets the old pickaxe, chops the ice up, and they start going floating out, but fortunately for them, the snow monster can't swim. He just sinks right down and comes back out. And I'm like, Cornelius, you got a gun. You could probably use it to shoot him like in his eyes, but I'm guessing the gun's not loaded. He must have already used up his bullets. Well, they float out, and then Donner is now upset that he was mistreated, Rudolph, so he goes out looking for him. But whenever he goes out looking for him, his Rudolph's mother and Clarice, I'm hoping I'm saying her name right, go out looking for him as well. They end up arriving on the island of Misfits toys, and a lot of these toys their Misfits issue could be corrected, like the train, take the square wheel offs and put round wheels on. The boat that can't stay afloat, fix the holes. The Charlie box, change your name to Jack, just do that. And with the jelly, the squirt gun that shoots jelly, just load it with water. And the bird that can't fly, he can at the very end of the special. He swims though, which is pretty cool too. A cowboy that rides an ostrich, horse, problem solved. The solution to their problem, so many of them, is so easy. Spotted elephant, no more spots. I don't know what the dollar's problem is though. Okay, they go and meet with King Moon Dancer. I'm hoping I said his name. Hope I got his name right. The lion with wings who rules the island and says only Misfits toys are allowed. You have a bird on the island. A bird. I guess it's like the No Homer Club. You're only allowed one Misfit that's not a toy. They get to stay in this small house, cramped in this room. Rudolph leaves because he believes his nose is going to give him away, so he heads him back out. And despite the fact that his nose was supposed to give him away, the snow monster never finds him. He ends up growing up, and then he returns home, but he still gets picked on when he comes back. And we find he's been gone for months. So is Donner, his wife, his maid, and Clarice. And wouldn't there be like a big search party for these characters? But no, Santa's like, there's nothing. And the snowstorm also does hit. It's tearing shingles off the castle. Blowing presents and almost killing elves. Well, Rudolph goes to find the abominable snow monster, and apparently he's been taking his precious time and wanting to eat them. And the way Rudolph takes him on, you're like, Donner, don't you think you could be doing this? You're a lot bigger than your son. But when Rudolph is hitting him, he just grabs a knife, smashes it so hard it shatters, and Rudolph's lying on the ground. But there's no blood. His eyes are just rolling. But then Cornelius and Hermes show up, and they reveal that Sam the Snowman told him to go get him. I don't know when they met him. They never show us that part. So they do a trap. Hermes is going oink, 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 because the Cornelius knows that the abominable snow monster is obviously addicted to pork. It likes it more than reindeer or deer. Well, Cornelius drops one ice block, then he drops this time a stone block, which knocks him out. And then Hermes gets these pliers, pulls out all his fangs, and somehow without his teeth he's now rendered powerless, despite the fact he's still got claw and great strength. He's bigger than them. And we even see his teeth looking at Harvey doing that. Where's the blood? Maybe he really is just a snowman, like in that Bugs Bunny character. Just take him out to the Bahamas, you'll get rid of him. Well, Cornelius does attack him and some of his dogs, and they just go right off the side of the cliff to this big drop. They all go back. Cornelius shows up, and the monster is alive and reformed. And how they survive? It bounced in record speed. That's one heck of a bounce. Well, they've now accepted Rudolph and Hermie, and we finally get the message why Hermie's boss did not want him to be a dentist, because after Hermie inspects his mouth, he makes him an appointment. So this is now when I get the message that his boss just had a fear of going to the dentist, and that was it. And Santa is still thin, but right at the end, he does get fattened up by his wife, probably because she was feeding him elephant seal milk. And if you get on the internet, you're going to find out how much fat is in that. Yeah, the mother turns her blubber into milk and feeds it to her pup. Well, before that, they do get that news report about the snowstorm and all that, but then we get the traditional Rudolph with your nose so bright, won't you glide my sleigh tonight? So he gets to the head of the team, they go to the Island of Misfits toys, they pick up the toys, and then they give them umbrellas, they drop them. I don't know where, they're still above the clouds. For all we know, they could be dropping them in the ocean, or the wind could actually blow them right back to the island. They're like, wouldn't it make more sense to show like them falling down at least chimneys and then seeing the kids that they're now with holding them? Could have added a few more minutes to the movie. That was special. Throat. Sorry about that. My throat is kind of sore. Okay. And also, when the thing ends, they leave, the sack Santa has still looks pretty full, so I don't know if they're going back home, or if they're finally gonna go deliver the real toys and, like, finally dispose of all those things, or he just delivered those, and when he got back, he was like, can't help but feel I forgot something. And then Mrs. Claus looking at him, and he turns around and a big sack. Oh, yeah! The rest of the toys! Well, that's the special, and it is awesome. Yeah, it has room for criticism, especially that Santa does act like a jerk a lot, but he is under a lot of stress, so yeah, I can give him a pass. And, oh man, I don't know what everybody else's problem is, but like, maybe not making fun of Rudolph because he's different and all that stuff, but just get over it. It's a special. It's not meant to do that. It's just meant to be a follow the dang song, because that's what it's based off of. Anyway, if you haven't seen Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I definitely recommend it. It is great. It is awesome. The stop motion to me still holds up. And the musical numbers are good. My favorite song probably is We're Just a Couple of Misfits. The Silver and Gold song feels like it was crammed in because they just wanted Sam the Snowman to have a musical number. And it's still a good song. I remember hearing that over the intercom once with a woman singing it. I don't know who it was, but when I heard that, I'm like, oh, that's that Rudolph song. Well, Rudolph from the special. Oh, goodness. And that Holly Jolly Christmas, I remember seeing that a lot, hearing that a lot, too. Fact is, I remember people singing just about every song in this except Clarice's song, There's Always Tomorrow. I believe that's the name of the song, but that's the only song from this special I don't remember hearing anybody sing. And when I sang Santa's song, my coworker, my good friend, also my coworker, he told me please stop because apparently he's not a fan of that one. Maybe it's because I sang it a different way. Jingle, 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 I'm the king of jingling. It's jingling, but I sang it like that. And he goes, stop, stop. Well, once again, if you haven't seen Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I definitely recommend it. It is the best Christmas special I've ever seen, and if you don't agree with me, that's fine, but when it comes to that controversy stuff, just ignore it. Well, Christmas tradition number 3 is coming soon, and it's Frosty the Snowman.